and today we are going to be delivering on
Turn around, turn your bitch up, dog. Turn around, turn these streets can't cross them up. All these streets, these bosses, walk them up.
We have left that building from summer school. If you do not know, or you don't follow me on TikTok, I have been doing Uber Eats for a couple of days, not long, so I'm still fairly new to the game, still trying to get used to it, but I'm just trying to do it to make a little bit extra cash on the side as a struggling teacher who's a mama too and all that great stuff. So yeah, join me as we go do deliveries and I break down for you the total cost of, or the total amount that I made from each delivery. All right, hey y'all, so we are getting ready to do our first order of the day. I just hopped on to Uber Eats driver, so y'all gonna ride out with me for a couple. My first order is like $3 and some change or whatever. I just accepted it, whatever. It's always like once you accept one, that kind of all comes. It's supposed to have a tip with it. So we're gonna see the package, and it's from Edible Arrangement. I tried to, okay, y'all, I delivered my first package, right? I got a ride that popped up after I delivered, was close by delivering it, right? So I get there to take the picture. By no means, I just wanted to inform you that I'm still here waiting. Oh, that's the Uber people. So, let me see if it pulls it back up. So I go deliver it, I take a picture of it, I ring the doorbell, and the lady comes to the door. See, because I want to get paid for my trip, but it wouldn't let me, like, I had to take a picture. And I kept trying to take a picture, like I took a picture at the door.
Right on Wedgwood Drive West.
See, it's trying to take me back to this person's house, and I've already been there. And I don't know. And so I'm supposed to be going to this other like delivery, or like I picked up a delivery, but it won't mark it as being delivered, and I delivered it. I've taken like 6 or 7 pictures.
Turn right on New Hallsview.
Photo not uploading.
Turn right on Dresden Drive.
I don't know where it's trying to take me, but we gonna keep going this way. I have a live chat up. That's the first for me. So let me see. Okay, so now it's taking me to my next trip. All right. It wasn't a bad trip. What the heck? It wasn't a bad trip because it was close by where I was delivering. So, okay, $3. So, whatever. Okay, now we're getting ready to go to McDonald's. So, I actually, when I get in here, I'm going to use the bathroom. And then we will go about our day with getting in their food. So, I'll be back. I got my delivery. And I'm about to head this way now. I'm in the Florissant area. And honestly, I don't know if it's just because it's this area and it's not delivering to like people in, you know, like going further out. But these trips, while they are close together, they're not that much money. So I don't know if that, whatchamacallit, the one that I went to, the Edible Arrangement, I don't know if that one is going to be more, because it keeps saying that the tip is processing, so I don't really know what the heck that means. That's also another thing, like I don't know if people feel like they don't really have to tip because you are driving close to by where the place is. I don't know, but you know. All right, picking up ride number 3. Same thing happened. I was supposed to take a photo to mark as delivered. It wouldn't upload the photo, but I wrote that I left it with customer, and then it let me deliver it.
Turn right on North Highway 67.
Now we are going to Panera. Honestly, again, another very, I feel like, cheap route. It's like $3 and some change, but the total thing of it is 5 miles. So gonna go to Panera. And this one is a $3 and some change fare too. So, and some days are good, but like I won't ever really know what this looks like for real. So far today, I'll go over here on this side because like I said, it's still processing tips, which I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that my connection seems like it's very sucky in this area. So far I've only made $5.22. I will give y'all the rundown of everything once I'm done for the day. It's 5:30. I think I'm gonna go to like 7:30. Maybe like 7:30. So honestly, I feel like
In a half-mile, turn right.
that this side of town may not be like the best, but it also could be because it's a Wednesday. But the first day that I did Uber Eats delivery, I did it on a Wednesday. Let me see. I probably can't tell you how much I made Thursday. Oh, so the first day I did it, I made $30 in like 2 hours. This is not giving it. It's giving far less. But some days probably are gonna be better than others. And like I said, it hasn't been like I'm driving from one part of town all the way to another part of town all the way back. This has been very much so in the same area, so I'm kind of okay with that. And I guess it just depends on if I get tips or not. Okay, now we're about to be working with some steam because I went to Clover's. I got this order, but then they had the gates. Still ain't navigating. Anyway, so now we're working with some steam. So I got 2 orders in one. So I picked up the first order. It's Culver's. And then now it has me going to Panda Express. This Panda Express order is $6 and some change, which means it includes a tip. So the thing about it is I feel like these other trips didn't have no tip included on it, but it said that it had an expected tip, so somebody would pick it up. And I also feel like those are the orders that normally go out during flat rate times. So yeah, so an hour in I have only made $8 and some change. That's not worth it to me to be in my car for so long. Also, when I got there, they was busy and there was a lot going on, so I went to the bathroom. My bladder is out this. It's the size of a peanut. I feel like it is busy right now. So every place that I've been to, which is nice, it's had me leave it at the door. And like, of course, like I had 2 people that came to the door, but like the other ones, it was just like I left it at the other ones. I think this is only trip number 5. So an hour in, because I don't want to count the 28 minutes or so. But an hour in, 3 trips, and I made $8.23. I have to keep reminding myself that it's Wednesday. So once I get through with this trip, it will be $9 and some change, which is way more than I made. It is going to be more than I made in the first hour of me working anyway. Like I said, everything's been closed, but something tells me that this Culver's order is by my house, or not by my house, but like on a different side of low-key. I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know where this one is. I don't think I looked at it. I probably should have paid more attention, but I definitely didn't. I will say that some people know how to like close your bag up, and some places don't. Like Panera, they gave me a bag, a paper bag with 2 items in it, and they just put the sticker over the top. Like, it was still like a gap area. You could have folded that bag down because it wasn't that much stuff in there, and then put the sticker over it. Look at making it look like I was in them people bag. Then on top of that, they are very adamant about that whole confirm pickup, like showing you, like having them, they want you to show them as you like swipe and do all that other stuff. And I feel like that's because people be stealing people's food, but that's so weird. Oh, I didn't pick it up. What you mean? We never forget the time that but this is me as a customer. I had like somebody and they were doing DoorDash or whatever, and I ordered pizza, Little Caesars pizza. I was on my way home, but the pizza was like getting delivered, and then all of a sudden it was like they couldn't find. They kept saying that they couldn't find my house or whatever, and like they had called me like twice or whatever, but I didn't know that they had called. So I'm trying to call them back, they're not answering. I'm like texting them, they're not answering, and they're close by the house. I couldn't figure it out, whatever, right? And then I think I had pulled up, and I'm like looking for them while I'm on the phone with DoorDash. And see, the thing about DoorDash is that if you don't get your food delivered, like if you're missing things, they only give you like 15% back of your order, which sometimes isn't even how much is the stuff that you're missing. So that's BS. But like, that's if you're missing stuff, and if you get your whole order like it's gone, then you know they give you the money back, but it takes some time. You know, them people left my food at some random place on the front, like on the lawn. Like I saw it as I was driving by, and I was like, really? What the hell? They got kids playing out here throwing rocks. Let me park over here then. All right, y'all. So I just dropped off my order, and when I was headed towards the McDonald's that's close by my house, I got another order. Now we're in hour 2, and we have only made.
Turn left on Riverview Drive.
We're going to Walmart, but we're not going to Walmart by me. We're going to Walmart in Granite City. So I'm going to the highway. So let me tell you how much I've made. 2 hours and $17.77. 777 angel numbers. Must mean something. Let me go back. Because honestly, I'm just not feeling this today. I feel like I would have been better off taking the flat rate situation, because I've been on rides this whole entire time. Literally, I have been doing rides. They just been like, okay, so the first couple where it was real close by each other,
In a quarter mile, make a slide right turn on I-270.
I was still on the ride with the delivery with the pictures and stuff. So, but the only thing is, so like this one,
Make a slide right turn on I-270 East.
Right here? That's 270 West that way. Okay. They doing all kind of construction over here. I don't know. This is weird. I don't know why it had me, oh, I see why it had me come this way. It's right before you get to Illinois. Or right before you get to the bridge. The only difference is that I don't know if I would even gotten these rides if I had, you know, done the flat rate, because I feel like the flat rate don't give you nothing. Like it gives you the most drawn out rides. Like, oh, you're gonna start over here and go all the way over here, then come back all the way over here. So tomorrow I signed myself up to do the flat rate ride from 2 to 5, which is fine. And then I'm gonna go out during lunch on my own. I'm gonna look at the.
Take right exit 3A onto Illinois 3.
I'm going to look at the time things and see if that's better doing it on my own. I would prefer to do like my Ubering, especially like on the weekends. I would prefer to do it in the morning than in the afternoon. Like I said, it's okay, but it's like times like this where I'm like, is this really worth it? Yes, it paid for my gas money. I guess the $15 that I put into my tank today. But honestly, if you think about my tank, it'll pay for my kids to have like a meal today. Cause I didn't cook. Who's cooking? I didn't take anything out. I just I didn't think that all the way through. The sky is pretty. I'm gonna show y'all. It is so pretty. And you do a Walmart pickup or Walmart delivery.
Turn left on Schaefer Road.
What it's gonna do is you're gonna sit here because you check in and you gotta wait for them to bring you the stuff out to your car and all that, and then you have to give them a code and they're gonna scan these barcodes or whatever.
Just
they're gonna give you
turn
one
right
of
on
these.
Granite Park Drive.
And this is a barcode. So it's the same barcode.
Turn right on Granite Park Drive.
Okay, girl. It's the same barcode that they put on the bags. So when you get to your delivery, because you have to take a picture. You gotta take a picture.
Using the left 2 lanes, turn left on Lewis and Clark Boulevard.
Y'all, they ordered something from Walmart to get delivered back over by the house. Anywho, hey, do what you do. So they give you a barcode. You scan it when you get your order. Then when you go to take it, you have to scan this barcode again. Then you have to take a picture. It's a lot of steps. So when they give you this sticky barcode, you gotta keep it. And you know that the first time, they don't really go into detail. They don't really go into detail about like the stuff that they be having you do for real. Like, so the first time I did one, right there. The first time I did a delivery for this, I had 2 people's stuff. And now, mind you, when I approved the thing, it only popped up with 1, but it's 2. I don't know if the music gonna be too loud in the background. Like I hear it a little bit, but anyway, so I had 2, and I didn't know the first one that I delivered was trash, and then the second one, the lady, because I didn't know I had to take a picture. I didn't know none of this stuff. So I gave her groceries, and I got in the car, and I was trying to like complete delivery, and it was like, take a picture, and I was like, what? I took a picture inside that lady's house, and then put in the notes, handed to such and such. I try to put something in my notes all the time, but like I said, the last couple of times where I had to do pictures, it wasn't showing. So let's talk about the last couple orders. Somewhere along the line, I got a $4 tip, which I guess made things better. But I don't know who gave me the $4 tip. I don't know where that came from. I got a $4 tip from the person who I delivered Panera to. Thanks. So going back and looking at it, the person that I delivered the $6 one, I didn't even tell y'all for real about that. So the one that they added on to my trip, the order for Panda Express. So
in a quarter mile, keep right onto I-270 West using
Panda Express, I had to make the drinks, right? Okay, cool. Honestly, I feel like this is gonna be my last ride. Even though it's not too far away, my bladder, and then it's getting later.
Keep right onto I-270 West.
And I'm starting to be tired of this. But anyway, the order from Panda Express. So when I get there, they had already ordered a lot of food. I could tell it was somebody who had, like, I figured that it was a mama with 2 kids, right? Because they got like 2 kids meal and then like a meal for themselves or whatever, right? And a drink. Okay, cool. So I get to Panda Express. I tell them, you show them a little thing or whatever. Panda Express don't care that you confirm the order, none of this stuff. They never asked to see no verification. They didn't care, right? She hands me the cups, and she was like, "Oh, they're all 3 lemonades." So, excuse me, I don't have my purse today, which I wasn't thinking that all the way through. So I don't have my purse, and so it's hard. Like, so now I'm carrying 2 phones, my keys, and I gotta make drinks, and I gotta carry 2 bags or whatever, right? Okay, so fine. Now, mind you, I'm thinking that maybe it was more than 2 kids. Maybe it was more than 2 kids. They got, well, I don't even know how to describe it, but they got like a lot of silverware and stuff like that, whatever. So anyway it goes, it was like 18 items that was in this bag. Like outside, like, well, including the drinks and the meals or whatever, right? Okay, cool. So the delivery was like $6. Hold on. It's part of the highway here that I absolutely hate. Normally it's terrible. I'd be like, Anyway, alright. So it was $6 and some change. $6.01 or something like that. And so I'm thinking, oh, I have a tip included in this. And this is how Uber Eats has been setting me up for failure. Because usually it'll tell me, oh, you know, include a tip or like whatever. And I think that's what's been popping up. Like, I've been like rare today, so maybe it's just me or whatever. But I'm like, okay, well, that must include a tip. Because, you know, where I'm going to where whatever, blah, blah, blah. No. It was no tip included. That was the base fare. And that tells me it was somebody who was like, I'm not doing all that. Like, I'm not carrying all that food, drinks. So I had to make the drinks. I had to get a cup holder to put the cup holder in. I had to make sure I got straws for them or whatever, right?
Exit 33 onto Lilac Avenue.
So, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Do all that, right? And then I get there, mind you, I get to where I'm going. I'm like, oh, I can kind of see why they decided not to come here either, because, like, you know, it's some sketchy apartments or whatever. It's not like terrible, but it's sketchy. And so then it's like, you know, when you get closer to where you're going, they be like, oh, this person's going, like, they want you to leave it at the door, they want to meet you at the door, XYZ, blah, blah, blah. But she had a pin, so she had to meet me at the door. Anytime you got a pin, anytime they have a pin, they have to meet you at the door. So, like, one time this guy was like, he met me, but he put his pin in the notes. And I still asked him for that pin again, because I don't be paying attention to that little chat thing or whatever. So, either way it goes, she's on the apartment. She's not on the ground floor. She's on, like, I gotta walk up some stairs. So now I gotta get food out my car. I gotta get a whole car, like a carrying tray. So I'm carrying that 2 bags of food. I got 1 phone, my keys, and I was just like, I gotta walk up steps. Like, she was really nice, and she was sweet. Her kids were very nice and sweet. But I was like, girl, you probably been waiting for this food for a minute, because nobody wants to deliver something like that and you don't want to give a tip. Then on top of that, the order part was even worse, because how y'all only paying me $3 and something to take food from freaking Florissant to Bell Fountain neighborhood to Bell Fountain? It look like it's about to rain, and that's another thing about why I probably need to hop up off of here, because no. But take food from Florissant to Bell Fountain, and then you don't tip. You only paying $3. Crazy work. It's getting late, so let's talk about it. Let's run down the basics of what we did today for Uber drive. So I don't know if y'all can see. There we are. I'm gonna have to flip this, but I made $31.86. I did 6 trips. 6 trips were completed, 6 trips were offered. And let's go into the details of everything. So my last trip was $10.09. No tip so far. If I get a tip at some point before I put this up, then I'll update y'all. Then the trip for, so let's go back to the beginning. Let's start there, because I feel like when I'm a little crazy. Okay, so the first trip was from Edible Arrangements, like to a house that was like 3 minutes away. That was $3.04. Then my second trip was from McDonald's to another house that was like 4 and 5 minutes away. That was $2.18 base pay. It's about to pour that right in. My third trip was from Panera, and that was a little further away. And see, that's what I don't like. So let me see. It says the estimate for this trip was $3.01. Then the customer added a tip after delivery. Now that's not what was said when I got the trip or whatever. So it was $3.01, and then they gave me a $4 tip. Okay. Then after that, I did two trips for one. So that was Culver's and Panda Express. I made $9.54 on that trip. And then my last trip was Walmart, all the way back over here, and that was $10.09. All in all, giving me a total of $31.86 for, yeah, I don't care about no, hold on, because I be doing stuff, hold on, for 2 hours and 49 minutes. So let's see. 120 plus 49, that's 169. So 31.86. Let's see how much I got paid per minute. Calculate. Oh, that's not calculator. 31.86 divided by 160, 120, 169 was essentially 18 cents per minute, right? So then if I times that by 60 minutes, so essentially I made like $11.31 an hour, which is not, I would not consider that my best time out. So this was my first time out this week, and I also don't know if, like, when you don't go like back to back. So the last time I did delivery was, when was that? Saturday. So it's Wednesday. So I missed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I missed 3 days. So like, I don't know if they gave me like crappy deals because I missed so many days back to back, but it don't matter. We're getting ready to go to pick the kids something up to eat, and then I gotta cook something when I get to the house, which I don't know what to eat. I made catfish last night, even though I had that for lunch. It was giving very much so. I'm about to eat some more catfish because it's made at the house. Let me order this stuff before I'm gonna order food for my kids. I'll talk to y'all later. It was great having y'all do Uber Eats with me. Yeah, please join me again.